Welcome back, guys, to just a quick one to run through a WordPress environment and how to work around, how to navigate through all the choices and bits and bobs in some sort of detail. I'm doing it mainly for clients and I'm doing it for anyone that's interested, really. So hopefully you find this interesting, and let's get started. I'm assuming that you have got WordPress up and running and you've logged in. That's where I want you. Now you could say I'm on a local server, so this video isn't about installing WordPress on a local server or getting WordPress working on a live server. I'm assuming that sort of side of things is all done and you've logged in, and the first thing on the first screen you're going to see is the one I'm going to show you in a minute. So let's go into the first screen called your dashboard, and this is what you get. You get a basic menu screen, if you like, top menu, if you like, over here. You have a side menu over here, okay, and then this is your main dashboard where you can have all kinds of things in there. Okay, I think there's a thing there, thank you for creating with WordPress, and you've got your version number at the bottom. So mainly all your information and all the things that you're going to be doing with your WordPress theme or WordPress site is here inside your WordPress environment, and this is what we're going to go through. Now, if you look at this first screen being called your dashboard, on this side of the tab you've got home and updates, but this is called home and this is called your dashboard. Very simple. Now there's some information on here that you might want. This is the welcome message or the welcome tab, okay. This is PHP, for which telling you which version you've got. Yes, I'm on a local server, so I ain't too bothered about updating the PHP because it does what I need it to do. If I'm desperate to update it, I might do, but for my purposes on a local server, I don't need to do this, okay? But I might do it in the future. We have WordPress events and news tab, and you can look at all these and click them and then go into it. I think that goes externally. Then you've got your site health status. You've got at a glance, which then allows you to have all these things going on, okay, where you can have a look at what WordPress theme version you're using, and also the theme that you've got on, how many pages you've got, how many posts you've got, and then you've got activities. So all these activities that you've either recently published or published soon, okay, that's ages ago. Then you've got this quick draft over here where you can have a quick draft and it will save it in your drafts, okay. So if you've got something quick to say, give it a title, and then you can develop and add to it later if you want to. But how do you organize this screen? Well, if you go to screen options up here, see where my mouse is? You've got screen options in the top right and you've got help. Let's click on screen options. Come on, work. You've got all these clickable. Well, I don't need this one, I don't need that one, that should disappear, and I don't want the welcome one, that's gone. Do I need the site health? Not really, but I would say leave that on, okay. In fact, what I might do, if you wanted to move that site health, if you look at these arrows here, they shift places around. See, that's shifted down. If I shift it up, it goes up. If I close it, it goes and closes to a little tab, and as I hover over this thing, if you can see that, it turns to like a move thingy. I can drag that over there and get rid of that, and this at a glance, I don't really want that over there. I probably want that over there. Activity, I mean, yeah, over the right, I don't want that over this side because then all my information's over there. Quick draft, yes, if I close that quick draft over and have it there and expand it, come on, then I've always got the two most things that I want in for my environment anyway. Can I resize them? No. So that's it basically. I can always open these up and have these continually open. Will work then. There they go. I've got them all where I want them. Happy there. I'm happy. So we can close this screen elements down by clicking that. If you click the if you click the help button, you can go to here and it says to you that you can all the different things and information. You can go to documentation on dashboard, support forums, and then you could read about the version you're using right now. So there's the version. Navigation. It says the left-hand navigation menu provides links to all WordPress administration screens with submenu items displayed on hover. You can minimize this menu to narrow icon strip by clicking the collapse menu icon arrow at the bottom, which is this one here. So I click that, it goes to this like small things, but to be honest, I don't really do that. I just have it, and it talks about menus popping out. If I go to appearance, you can see there's menus coming out over there. So what's that called? Is it is expanding options to do with media. It has expanded options for posts. It's expanded posts for options for appearance, plugins, users, tools, settings. Do you know what I mean? So inside the dashboard tab, we get home or updates. So we're in home. Let's check out the updates for argument's sake, the other tab. And you can check here for your version of WordPress, which you have to be careful with when you're updating. Make sure all the plugins, make sure your theme, make sure everything can support the new version of WordPress, otherwise don't update. I would advise you to do it manually, not do it auto. But if you've got no themes that are dependent on version number, any widgets or plugins dependent on version of WordPress, then yes, put it on auto update. But for my purposes, in certain clients that I've got, they might not want it updating automatically, so do it yourselves manually. Okay, so just check everything before you do anything and back up everything. Back up your database, back up your images, back up your site before you update your WordPress installation, because if it goes wrong, you're going to start right from the beginning. If you've got no way to get back, you've knackered yourself. So you're going to have to learn how to back up your own website, your WordPress website. It's a key not tool, a key skill in WordPress and working with WordPress is to back up your site. So job done. You've got your plugins, they're all up to date, themes, they're all up to date, and translations, they're all up to date. Happy days, isn't it? Happy days. Let's go back to home. Let's go back to home then. So this is your home screen. I was looking at the help screen, wasn't I? Navigation, layout. You've got screen options, drag and drop, box controls. Read all this, it's good stuff. It's something with this also tells you what they are too. Fair dues. Let's close the help down. And like they say, this over here is your development side. And if I hover over it, this little box drops down. And if I had a store, it would say visit site, visit store. But as this is just a basic installation, I'm just going to visit site, and you'll see that there's the website called development site. Job done. But over the top of this screen or this website, I still have access to my WordPress dashboard here in the top. If that wasn't there, I couldn't get back. Do you know what I mean? There's no way of getting back. And I also know that I'm inside the development side of the WordPress, so that's what this is telling me. And you can edit site. You can go that hover over new. The expansion to that would be post. You can create a new post. You can add new media to your media gallery. You can create a page or create a user. Job done. Yeah. Or you can actually click on these things. Is there a sample page? Is there a sample page? There is. Well, it's come up with an error. Page not found. Because I think I deleted all of them. I got rid of all the clutter. Do you know what I mean? I think if we go back to home, it's got some bits. Yeah, happy days. I haven't done much to it. It's just loaded in. Do you know what I mean? Happy days. This is how to use the environment. Okay, so let's go back to dashboard. That's where we are. That's where we started. So you know where this is. Happy days. If you go to posts, you can choose here add post or post. If you want to look at all your posts, there's all these posts. Happy days. How come I can't get that? It must be a blog site. I can choose that, can't I? if I go to settings and then go to reading, static page, your blogs, is it a blog page? No, I'll have to make a static page after, no problem. But you got lots of choices, people, lots. Let's go back to dashboard. So that's how you get to all post. Let's add a post. Okay, let's call it first post. This is basic, okay. Then you add some text here. What's happened here? No one, there's crap. I'm being daft. Do you know what I mean? Have we got any media? Let's say you want to add an image to this written piece. Let's add a bit of image. These images I got from. These aren't my images. Do you know what I mean? They're from Dinky, but that's my image. Let's include this one. It won't hurt. Yeah, insert into post. There it is. Okay. Then if you're adding a post, this is basic. You could save as draft if you wanted. You could preview that post. We're going to choose a category. Have we got categories? Yeah, arrangement. I'm going to call this one. What I've used is an importer, basically an importer. I'll just choose this one. Yeah, that'll do. That's the category. And you can choose more. You can add tags to this, and you can say, look, separate tags with commas. So this is leaf. It's on caps. Leaves. Green. Water. And you go add, and these tags are associated to all the post, not just the image. Okay, and then you got post attributes. Again, if you're looking at this, I don't think there is the templates to go for. Single with sidebar, default template. We'll keep it dim. So if you can create post designs and how you want that post to look, different posts for different categories, and you can do all that, build a template and add it to it. And if you did have a template for this particular type of thing, being green leaves or whatever, you would find it in here if you've uploaded one, or if your theme supports that, and you can change it. Default editor for current user, thank you. Featured image, we aren't worried about featured or any of that side, so we can publish this. Yeah, hit the publish button, and you could save it if you wanted. But if you see this top one here, it says post published, and we can view the post, and there's the post and how it looks, nice and simple. Let's go back to the development site. That's how quick and easy it is to make a post. Yeah, let's do this draft. Okay, let's do this draft. Let's call it first draft, and we'll go the classic hello world, I'm Will. Okay, and we'll save draft. Now it's emptied. Yeah, now it's emptied. If I go back to posts, yeah, and go to all posts, these are all my posts, and then I can go to, if I'm right in saying, drafts, bulk actions, all dates, all categories. Why can't I go to drafts, all formats? And what's going on here? There it is. All post 61, published 58. I've got a sticky post for one, schedule post for one, and 2 drafts. If I click that drafts button, there it is. There's that one I've just put in there. So let's go and edit this now. It's going to switch to the block editor now, but we can change that. You can change whatever you want, you know what I mean? You can click on this and change it. Hello, my name is Will Henry, is that right? Hen. Okay, let's call myself John. Hello, I'm John, and then publish. Again, I'm going to show you that it should be kind of easy. It should have gone into classic editor for me, but it didn't go into classic. Okay, fair dues. Let's go back to development side, go back to all posts. There it is. Got one schedules first draft block editor. Okay, let's change this in the so you can edit in the block editor and edit in the classic editor. So let's edit in the classic editor. That's better. I like this one, but I need to work more with blocks, do you know what I mean? And you then can come to over here and then choose your categories if you wanted to choose your categories for it. So you want to get rid of that general, get rid of that guy, and then we'll have broader, that'll do. And then we can go back into this draft and enter add media. We'll choose this guy, just insert into post, happy days, and I think that will do. You can either let's click on preview changes. There it is. You can look now at my first draft, happy days. Go back. For some reason you can't go back to editing that post. It's a bit of a knacker really that you can't go back to it. That's because it's been published now, and it should be there. Hello, I'm John. Where's the backup of this post to your browser? Restore to backup. Oh, where's my image gone? Okay, so let's insert that media again, but this time not go into drafts. Okay, it should work now. Thank you. And then update. And now it should work. Let's go view post. Happy days. Thank you. So let's go back to the dashboard. That's how your posts work, ish. Okay, and you can add all posts, what we went to, add a post. You can also go to your categories, and this is the place where you can organize categories and delete categories and add descriptions. Arrangement, that's a category, is it? But you can quick edit this, but you can also edit. So click on edit, and you've got arrangement. You always have this all lowercase. Okay, there are no parent categories. We can give it a description. This is a test. Thank you, job done. I've given it a description. We update it. Happy days. And you come to the top of the screen, you go back to categories, and if you go to arrangement, this is a test. There it is. And over here it says count. It's actually how many posts, right, or pages have been put into, I think it's posts, so how many posts have got a category of arrangement. So I've got one post. Okay, and you can choose these, add more to it. I would always give it a name, always give it a description. The slug should be the same as the title, so you'll notice that this sub here, they've got underscore or dash sub, but don't in your slug try not to include anything, but it says you can include them because they need a separator. There, dudes. So learn about this, and you can quickly add a category over here. Add category name, slug, parent category if you have one. Yeah, if something's related to something, so people can find that and navigate your site. If your site gets really complicated and it's all about blogging, this, that, blogging, blog, and you've got loads of categories, you might want a parent category. So if you say cats, dogs, and you might have food, you might have food for all those categories, for all those different types of animals. So food is related to the parent category, animals, innit? Do you know what I mean? That sort of thing. Either way, people, and then you can work a bit with tags. Are they worth working with? I think they are. You can add these tags if you wanted to and play with tags and add them. I don't bother. I don't think I need to, but there is some element of like SEO and other things to do with tags, specifically with posts. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, play with tags the same way as categories, no difference. Let's go and see media. We can go to the library. So inside your well, go on then. Inside the library, this is my library, not very big, and these aren't my image. This is my image. This is my image. WordPress theme. I created that image. That's mine. But the rest aren't. You know what I mean? All of this isn't mine. And you can look at this. You can if I click on this image of this horse, you get given all the details for this image. So it was uploaded in 2012 by that whoever uploaded it. Uploaded by not me, it isn't me. Of course it's not me. Not I don't own it. Post format image, unicorn, wallpaper, JB, image JPEG. It's 204 KB, which is about right for any image. And the dimensions for this original image is 1600 by 1200 pixels. Okay, what WordPress will do is if you upload an image of this type, of that size and that low res, which you should do for any WordPress site or website, WordPress does something different, which is it will create a smaller image and then a thumbnail image, so you'll have 3 images of the same image type of thing. That's why you need to think about how you buy your live server and how things work, and understand what WordPress is doing. And if you're uploading lots of images and lots of content, you might need lots of space, in the sense of memory space on your live server. So every tier has a certain amount of memory space. If you go for the maximum tier, you haven't got to worry about space. You just keep uploading, you've got unlimited space. So if you're going to have lots of work and lots of stuff, I would advise having the maximum, unlimited space, if you can afford it. If you're tight on the budget, then you're going to have to start looking at how you're uploading your content to your site. So top tip there. Either way, you can alter alternative text. If somebody hovers over this in the website, they'll get unicorn wallpaper. Title, caption, description. You can do what you want really. Okay, in there. I'm gonna sneeze. Oh dear. Right. And you can also, if you wanted to add new files to it, you can add files to it from your computer. Yeah, job done. You can bulk items or image, videos, anything you want really. You can arrange them to the dates that you uploaded. So I think if I said January 22, it was just my image. Do you know what I mean? That's what I uploaded. So job done. Let's go back to all dates. Happy days. Job done. And then you can do all kinds of stuff. Do you know what I mean? But let's go to pages. Let's go to pages tab, and you can, at the top here, we've got add a page, so you can create a new page to it, etc. You can go to publish pages, draft pages, and you can click on any one of these and then edit that in whichever edit you want, if you've got that option, of course, which I think you should if you've installed the Classic Editor plugin, for which I do think I have. I'll check that in a minute anyway. And then you can have a look at who published it, what date and time it was published, happy days. You can put it in the bin, you can do a quick edit, you can view it. There's lots of things you can do to the pages that you've created, okay? And have a look, and you can update it within it, happy date, like I showed you with the drafts. Let's have a look at the front page and look inside this. There it is, happy days. There are no things. I can update it, and then I can make changes and then update it. It's that easy. Let's go back to all pages just in case we've not finished. And if there is more than more pages to look at the bottom, I think at the top, yeah, and at the top, you can click this button to go to the next page of pages, or this one goes directly to the end. But we'll click on this one, and there's just 2 pages there. So we'll go back to the first page. There we are. That's easy to do, innit? Easy. You can go directly to straight to add a page from the menu. So if you were inside the dashboard again, okay, and you went to pages, you can go add page, straight to add page. Job done. In your appearance, you've got your themes. Let's have a look at the themes. This is the theme I'm using right now. I just love the 2013 theme. I adore it with a full heart and passion. I love 2013, 2013, and then 2025, that's the latest, but I do like this one to develop with and play with. And here is where you can add a theme. I think if you go to here, search installed themes, if you go to add a theme, you can go to you're actually now going, this here is connected to the internet, and I can choose all these web themes from the internet, and I can download them, do it. So let's go for free, whatever. Let's go for, I think I've used these before. You can go details and preview. You can look at this theme. Is it free? It looks free. Okay. Fair dues. I'll just say yes. It's got a nice little tag here where the navigation. Do you know what? I don't like that one. No, I don't like that one. 2020. Yeah, perfect. 2012. I like this one. 2012. Yeah, I like it. So let's have a look at this. Yes, very nice, that one. I love that. Let's install it. You can see it's installing it from the wordpress.org website, and it's in doing that for me. It's in the process of doing that. It says it's installed. I don't need, you can activate it here, but let's close that down and go to my themes again, back to my themes, which it should. And 2012 is here. If I click on the theme details, it will give me all the things I need to know about it. Here the tags to do with the theme. Okay, there's a description, happy days. We can go to it, you can activate it, or you can go to live preview, which is great. We can go to the live preview, and this is what it will look like. Oh lovely, oh lovely, just what I didn't want to see. But let's just agree to that. Activate and publish. We can then change it and do what we need to do. Happy days. So let's go back to thingy and get rid of that. Let's go development site. It should now be live. I've now changed the theme. Okay, this isn't the greatest theme because it's not responsive enough, but I can make it responsive because I'm a programmer. So always think about your navigation and read into themes. Themes is a different category, completely different category to what I'm trying to show here. But either way, you can see how easy it is to change your themes. Easy peasy. So that's basically what you do in your theme. Won't work then. Somebody's got a delay. So that's your appearance, and you can go to your themes. Okay, you can go to your design, you can customize it, you can go to your widgets, menus, editor, you can go to your background or theme file editor. So there's lots to get into, but I'm trying to make this quick and not go too much into it. But if you do click on plugins and just click plugins, these are all the plugins I've got in, and you can see I've got this classic editor, disable comments, and WordPress importer, and that's imported all these things in for me, like easy content that I don't need to upload. You know what I mean? I can or create or do something. I can work with what content come from the WordPress importer plugin and work with it and arrange it and design it and do some CSS or even a child theme and work with this all kinds of things. So that's a good plugin to plug into on a local server on a local WordPress site to develop with. So that's good. You can add a plugin. You can add a plugin with P. You can search plugins. Will work then. Let's say for instance we want to add something to do with let's say for instance, well, Gutenberg here. Gutenberg plugin adds editing, customization, site building, WordPress. I'm not going to add one, but you can go through all the plugins. If you were searching for, let's say something with color, I think there is a color picker. It will update itself to see what it does. So you got any color pickers, color panels and info box. No, I don't want them. No, I don't want that. I thought there was a color picker add-on. Okay, not color picker. Let's just do color. It might be I've spelt color correctly, and it needs it. Yeah, look at it. It needs it spelt like that then, because it's American, isn't it? It might be. Ah, there we are. Block edited colors. Now we've got something. We can block theme color. Diddly. I'm just trying to choose one to install, and I'll use it. Block editor colors. Yeah, it looks like we're okay. Untested with your version of WordPress. Oh, cheers, mate. That's at the bottom of the plugin. Ah, Browse the theme color. Add the theme color meta tag to your website for a seamless user experience on Android and iOS with our easy to use plugin. Here's your color picker. Yeah, we'll install this then. No, we won't. Do you trust it? It said 6,000. Sod it, let's install it. Let's install that one and see what we get. Why not? And if you can activate it here if you want, but if you go to install plugins, that AF one's here, we can go activate. I don't know what it does. What's this? If it requires a version of higher to be installed and activated. Oh, okay. And to delete one of your plugins that you've just done, so it says activate. So I've activated it and it comes up with this poo. So we're going to get rid of that one. Yes please, delete that crap, we don't need it. We can refresh this page and that should be gone. Get rid of that crap. That's how easy it is to work with plugins. And okay, I didn't make a mistake there. That plugin had a problem, so get rid of that one, delete it. And that's now gone forever. So you can always play with plugins and add them, and if you always get lost in there, you can look at view details to disable comments or view details to this one. Some plugins you can go to the GitHub for this plugin and look at that. If you're GitHub orientated and you know what you're doing, you can go to GitHub, but I'd advise not to touch that if you don't know what you're doing. But if you do click view comments, view details, this is what you get to do with the plugin, and you can read all this if you want to, you know, it's your choice. Get out of that, press the X, nice and simple. So they're plugins. Okay, what's else? You can organize widgets. So if you've got a side panel of any kind, you might have like front page area, you can add a widget to this one. You just go click, add a block. Let's add an image, upload, go to media gallery, choose that one. Yeah, why not? I'm just doing this very quick. Okay, close that down. Press. Now if you finished adding widgets and things to your website, and I aren't going into style here people, I'm doing it very quick. There's the image I've just put into the first front page widget area. Then I'll press update. Will it work on the website? Let's take a look. Can you see it? Can you see it? Can you see it? Yeah, I've got to design this after. It's quite nifty. So I can't see it on here. It's because I haven't got a front page, but I have done it. So once I've developed the where I want the widgets to show, etc., that's what that is. You can go to your menus and you can see that at the moment we've got all these different menu types, and you can choose what you want in each menu. And then if you've got the right menu locations set up, you then choose what you want in that menu. Simple stuff. When you're finished, always press save menu. Quite easy. I've got header options. Have I? Okay. Header image. Great. I'm going to add image to this one. I want this one because that's my image that I created. Select and crop. Well, I can't have this bit over here. Can I have that bit? Great, cheers mate. Oh, look at that. Yeah. And this is where you can play with things. And as you see, any changes you make on the left hand side, you get over here on the right hand side as you make changes. You can also, you don't have to publish straight away, but you can go back and make some more changes. Background image, menus, widgets, home page settings. Okay, your latest posts, they're all in there. If I had a static page set up, I can choose a static page setup, and if I did that I don't think I've got one. Blog page, front page. Let's go front page. Okay, then this would have to be a blog page. Yes, would that not be correct? Bit better, isn't it? Get rid of that stuff. Let's get out of this and just test that theory, eh mate? Look at that, nice isn't it? Now I can go to the blog page and that should be all my blog. Ah, that's a bit nicer, isn't it? See what I mean? A little bit of playing. Does it actually, we're going to test that theory. 2012, does it have RWD, responsive web design? It does. Menu. And there's all the menu. Wicked. Happy days. That's it. And this is where you're developing, you play with it, have a style, it's quite easy. So there's lots to go in. I mean, appearance, header, background. If you're very into doing WordPress and you want to get into the development of WordPress and you want to make some subtle changes to something along the way, be careful with the theme file editor at the bottom, because this is the theme itself. Do you know what I mean? So if you're developing a child theme, you can do it within this environment. Once you've set up the child theme, you can then develop the child theme here in this screen. But I'd advise you not to do that. Then that way, then you can always back things. Always work with a local server, like on your laptop, not on a live one. And then you can change things and play with things and have a look at the code. So this is the 2012 theme, and you can look at the different areas that you may want to look at. So if you're going to theme development, this is a screen for you. If you're not doing theme development, don't touch it. Just don't touch it. So we've looked at plugins. Let's have a look at user screen. There's only got one user, me. And if you look at the all users, you can add a user and you can go to your profile. So let's go to my profile. There's only one profile. And here I can change how I look. I've said classic editor in my default editor. Happy days. For some reason I went to block, even though I chose classic. Let's go language to site default, which should be in English. I can choose different colors. Choose that one. So now it's gone to this grey colour. Choose modern. It's choose to modern. Let's have sunrise. I like sunrise. Now I've changed it to sunrise, right? You can choose your username, first name, last name, email, the address, set new password if you want to. Happy days. You can do all kinds inside your profile, but let's update profile. Yeah, let's go back to all users, and you can see now go on then. You can see now the environment has changed to the sunrise theme. Nice and simple. Okay. Then we've got tools, we've got available tools, we've got import, export, and these do all kinds of funny things that the video is taking way too long. But you've got available tools. Let's click on available tools, and we don't have any. We can go to the import. We can import Blogger, Live Journal, Movable Type and Typepad, all kinds of stuff. Tumblr, export. What can we export? We can export posts, pages, and media, and then you're going to download the exported file. So this will contain all posts and pages, comments, custom fields, terms, navigation menus, and custom parts. So you choose what you want. You know what I mean? So I think this is a way of you backing up your site as well, sort of thing. So yeah, site out. Have a look at site out screen. There's a few things to change here, but don't worry about it too much. Export personal data, erase personal data, delete comments. Okay, let's go to settings. We have a general tab, and this is where you can, if you go to your general tab for settings, there's lots of choices that you can define how your website's going to look, how it's going to function, all kinds of choices. Site title, tagline, site icon if you've got one. Follow the prompts and read underneath each one. You can go to writing, and this is how you write it on your website, etc. Again, there's a lot of detail here that I'm not saying, but you could research these elements and search for themselves. But if you're doing the basic posts, I've shown you how to do that anyway, and basic page creation, etc. Reading, how things are read, you can choose a front page, blog page, or go straight to your blog page. Blog pages show at most 10 posts. Syndication feeds show the most recent 10 posts. Yes, excerpt, blah blah blah. Don't forget to save it. You can go to how your media interacts with your website or is displayed on your website. Okay, so this is how you setting your your thumbnail size, your medium size, and your large size to all images. And then you go organize my uploads into month and year based folders. So I would keep that clicked. This is a very interesting screen for which I'm not going to go into too much, but I always have this top section here always on post name, and that works with pages as well. It works with all that stuff, so I would keep it on post name if it isn't already. So localhost WordPress post name, and that also works with page category as well, or page name. And you optional if you'd like. I'm not going to go into too much details. Have a look at privacy. Well worth having a look at privacy. It comes part of all work websites now. You have to have a privacy policy page. You do in WordPress, and I would advise anyone with a static website to have a privacy policy page. And if you're doing cookies and you're tracking your viewers, you should have a cookies page to show what cookies you are tracking. Yeah, job done. So I'd advise you to look into this and see where you stand, if you need one or not. Most people do, so I would get that. And then you've got disable comments in this section, and you can just disable it everywhere, or other choices, whatever you want to do. So let's go back to dashboard, people. That was so the basics of WordPress I've shown you. This is a lot of choices in this side menu, and again you can collapse it down and clean it up if you want, make another draft, get all the news, all kinds of things. So it's a really, hopefully that you found this informative. If you've got any questions, please let me know. If you want me to go into more detail in some of these other settings, because these some of these choices like general, writing and reading, media, and some of these things are connected, if you like, to RWD, how the website is formed, how it looks on mobile, how it looks on desktop, how it looks on all devices. So some of these settings are connected to RWD, and that's also a question. Does your theme support responsive web design? We found it does, but doesn't look great, does it? A little big button that says menu, but I could arrange that and change it to anything I want. Do you know what I mean? But you might be in the position of having in the themes, appearance and themes, you may go to themeforest.com, I think it's .com, themeforest, and buy a premium theme, upload just the themes zip folder to your WordPress dashboard, unpack it there, right, and or it will unpack it for you. You'll see your paid theme here pop up here somewhere. You can look at it, view it. Let's switch back to this guy, theme details. Let's go to live preview to get to 13 again. It should be the same. Yeah, okay, I like it. So that if this was your paid theme, you'd have a lot more choices over here. But let's go activate and publish, and now I've switched to the 2013 theme now. It says published. Let's have a look. Let's go to our visit site. I've changed it now back to 2013, and oh look, there's my front page. There's that picture. Hey, there it is. There's that widget. The widget areas for 2013. I now get the image that I created for the widget side. Do you know what I mean? Sheesh, I thought I was going a bit loopy. I couldn't do it, but they are. Luckily, I was going to talk about, So anyway, so if you go back to your dashboard, nice easy themes. If you did buy a premium theme, it would be here, once you've uploaded it. And these options here, if I had to collapse this, you should be able to collapse it. I can't collapse it, eh? I thought you could collapse it. Okay, let's go back to dashboard. Now it's clean. So if you had a premium theme for like $60, between 60 or below, this side menu here would be vast, and you'd be able to, what's this? What's just come up? I don't want this. So you'd have a long list, and you'd have to scroll up and down inside that menu. Do you know what I mean? because the choices for colour, how header design, footer design, widget design, there's so many choices in a premium theme that this would stretch possibly 2 screens on a premium theme. This installation is bog standard, it's straight out the box, this is what you get. So hopefully you found this informative. I might have missed little bits out. I know I've missed big chunks out when it comes to the tools menu and the settings menu, but if you want a separate video on that, let me know. But hopefully you found this informative, and I look forward to any likes. If you like it, please like it. If you want to share this video, share it. I've done this mainly for clients, so they've got like an idea of where to go to make a post, nice and easy. All post, add a post, they can change their categories, add categories, work with tags if they want to. They can add media to their library, nice and easy. There's the library. They could add media file. Job done. I've done everything I wanted to do to showcase to a client how to use WordPress, and it's very easy once you've got into it. So I'd have a little play. You can't break anything, and if you do want to roll back, it should be quite easy to do so. Okay, so don't worry about it. If you're on a local server, have a little play. You can't break it. So I'd advise that first. Get a local server set up on your laptop so only you can see it, and have a little play with it. You can't break it. So thanks guys, I look forward to any likes and questions you've got, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Bye now.